Hello everyone, it's John and it's raining. hopefully there's not too much downpour of drip in the background. Well, apart from the drip that you're having to listen to here. Look, today's video is about one of my favourite, look, I always say this, don't I? One of my favourite, but it is one of my favourite Games Workshop board games, or in this case card game really. It's called Chaos Marauders. And it came out in 1987. And look, honestly, it is a wonderful game. It really is. Look, as I will say later on, the artwork in this is the artwork I like. Now, it was brought out again by Fantasy Flight Games in 2009, and that's the version. So I've got two versions of this. I prefer this one. If you can get this one, I don't know how hard it is to get hold of. This one here might be a little easier, and there are changes in this one over this one, but honestly, both are good. So anyway, let us go and have a look at what Chaos Marauders entails. This is Chaos Marauders by Games Workshop. Yes, this is. Well, I'm going to show you two versions. I'm going to show you my favourite version, which is by Games Workshop. And the reason why I love it is this version is the artwork. This artwork is, in my opinion, I just love it. I don't know what it is about it. It's just thematic. It's quirky. It's delightful. It really is. I really, really love it. And that's, for me, what makes this version of the game. And it's, oh, look, honestly, it's the first version, and it's the one that I guess was the first one for me. Now, the rules, well, we've got the basic rules, which was this. And that's, hey, look at that. That's basically the rules. And who's this delightful person? Steve. Must be Stephen Hand, obviously. And the objective of this game is to get 3 lines of orcs, or battle lines, or 3 battle lines drawn up, and you have a you've basically got to have a musician and a standard bearer, I believe, if I can find one. Am I going to find a standard bearer here? Probably not, am I? Let's have a look. But there's a... There we go. So when you've got a musician and a standard bearer, at the beginning and the end, with some units in between, that essentially, let's just say that that is our unit. So if you complete that line, that's your line finish. That line then can go and attack any uncompleted line that is on your opponents. So in this case here we have a combat value of 19. So it can go and attack anything that's on there. You then roll the wonderful chaos dice. Okay, we've now got to roll the chaos dice. Oh, aren't I unprepared as usual? See, this is what I think a lot of people like about my love about my productions, is how unprepared I am with doing things, because I'm trying to open things with one hand. Oh, here we go. Right, so we have the dice, and consequently, oh, look at that, I've rolled the eye. And when you roll, I believe, the eye, what happens? I think, is it the eye or the chaos? So you roll, if you roll the orcish eye, the attack is successful, and you discard the enemy's purple and take all the others from his line. So purple cards are discarded, but you get to keep any of their green cards. So all their, so you get to keep all his green cards and things like that. So that's really, really useful. So all the other things like chuckers, so any of his equipment and stuff are good, or at least I think that's how it goes. Look, I'm on the fly here, and it's a fun game. You got sneaky gits, which allow you to place these little tokens down, which stop people from being able to complete lines, and really stuffs them up. So it's quite a fun game of sabotage and things like that. If you roll the chaos dice or the chaos symbol when you're attacking, you lose and your opponent gains what you were attacking with. So there's always that chance, fairly typical with the with any orcish attack, that everything will go haywire. So it's look, honestly, it's one of my favourite games from Games Workshop. You get points for doing things, so for each complete line with 5 to 7 cards. So obviously having the most number of cards on a line is where you're going to make your points. If you get Chaos Marauders and Garrock, can't pronounce it. If you get the Idol, you get the Meat Grinder, you get all sorts of things, additional points. So it is a lot of just... Look, it's a really simple game. Look, it's not a mind bender. It's just meant to be a simple game. Now they do give you the rules. So for those who actually want to know a more in-depth way of understanding the game, yes, here we go. All the rules are actually included, including the those people who need to know the Here We Go song. It's there. Then it shows all the other bits and pieces about routes, all about the sneaky gits, the venomous creep, and other such rules. And of course I'm now going to have to take this along to my game group and force them to play this now, because I think they need to learn how to play this delightful game, and because I really do enjoy it. It's a good game. And of course it got a reprint by Fantasy Flight Games, who of course, rather than giving it the lovely big box that it deserves, they gave it a tiny box, didn't they? Buggers that they are. So it became a tiny box, which I suppose is okay. They took out these delightful cards and gave them this artwork, which I suppose is okay. They've made the cards bigger. Yeah, fair enough. Still went with a card reference, which is interesting. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Then the game rule book, so, and the points on the back. The game hasn't changed a hell of a lot. The only thing they did do was they went cheap on the game board. So your 3 lines now, you only have 1 battle line. So what they've done is that your game line, and the fact they've reduced it in size, I believe. So it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 instead of the 15. So they've reduced it in size. So what they've done is they've only given you 1 battle line, and you now play your cards one above and one below to create your 3 battle lines. So yeah, all right then. It's not as nice as having obviously a battle mat with the 3 lines, but I guess it works. Cheapness, but yeah, look, it's the game. It works for those who weren't able to get the original version. It works. So look, this is, in my opinion, a fun game from Games Workshop, or now Fantasy Flight. Honestly, if you can get the first version of the game, grab it. I love the artwork. I love the theme of the game. It's a fun game. It's not going to win any Pulitzer Prize or a Spiel des Jahres, yes. But in my opinion, it's one of those games that if you're a Games Workshop board game collector or a collector of old board games, I think it needs to be on your shelf. So anyway, look, thanks very much for watching. Till next time, signing off, the Honourable John.